WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1. 108.1.
Welcome to another edition of the Headline Eye. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner. The H stands for Hot One. If you've been, I don't know if you've been in a cave, you are listening to WNRV 108.1.com. Nerdies, where you're getting on your nerves. Mixed Lex is in the building, and also the Human T-Rex is in the building. How you doing, Miss Lexus?
I'm feeling great today. It's your girl Lexus Bogan. Facebook LEXES Lexus Bogan. Instagram BBBAE.BOSS. Please take the time to follow me and get to know me. And I'm feeling great, Larry. How you feeling?
Tired. First of all, now the real work begins. I'm going to start off in the city of Cleveland, where they're talking about the school closings of Collinwood merging with Glenville. Pretty much approximately 29 school closings because they need to be renovated or they need better services or things of that nature. Just came from a heated conversation at the town hall with the Build Better with Mayor Justin Bibb and the Cleveland Public Schools Board with presidents and everybody else. Of course, you know, that's in the new ward will be held by Mike Polenzek in Ward 10. Anthony Harrison, he's still the current councilman, will be out by January because Polenzek won his race. I predicted that correctly last Monday on a lot of other things that I predicted correctly. First of all, shout out to all the winners this past Tuesday. First of all, we got 4 new judges. Cheryl Wiltshire will be taking over Housing Court Judge, ousting incumbent W. Monet Scott. Brett Horton, who's been on this program before, he's also going to be a judge at Cleveland Municipal Court. Kalila Lawson, who was also on this program before, will also be a member of Cleveland Municipal Court. And also, Sanjay Loving will also be a new member of Cleveland Municipal Court because all of them have won their races. So Joe Jones retains his seat at Ward 1. Everybody retained their seats pretty much except for Danny Kelly, who lost to Tammany Shaw in a close election in Ward 12. So Stephanie House-Jones, Kevin Conwell, Richard Starr will still be Ward 5 councilperson, beating Rebecca Moore down. And of course, even though I made a misstep, Sandra Morgan's the new mayor of East Cleveland. We're going to keep abreast of that situation as far as the receivership, watching that. Jim Petrus is the new mayor of Cleveland Heights. But there's no change in the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio, because Mayor Justin Bibb, who was also on this program, retains his seat as mayor of Cleveland, Ohio.
That's right.
You mad or what? Some of y'all mad. I don't really give a damn if y'all mad or not. But I am mad at the Democrats because there was 8 Democratic elected officials that sided with some Republicans to end the shutdown, but still the health care we don't get. It might be another shutdown in January. Brace yourselves, but hopefully none of this is happening. That means that the EBD SNAP benefits will go back on. I'm going to say something at the end of the show about the veterans because this is Veterans Day, November 11, 2025. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans, to all the people who have served or who's serving right now to protect our rights of this great country, including these idiot-ass MAGA hats that wanted to just starve out brown people and other poor people, period. don't give a damn about nobody else. I need a relief. We need a reliever, Alexis. We need something. We need to stretch and include our minds. And we need to like
bend and
right. We
not
need
break,
to
but
bend
bend.
and break and stretch out. So the reason I have my guest on here, first of all, she's her second time back on this particular program. But I am so happy that I see her bright face here. By the way, she had a birthday. So happy belated birthday to her.
Happy belated birthday.
Also, I would like to wish another happy belated birthday to my cousin, Reggie Brown. Reg, I'm sorry. Blame it on the head, not the heart. I text you. I don't know what you was doing, but happy birthday, cousin. But T-Rex, could you please play the entrance music, please, so I can shut up sometime. All right. The reason why I'm playing this hard jam is because of the simple fact of the matter is we need to dance, we need to move. The Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson. The thing about it is like there's always a pleasure in making sure that you relax with the yoga. And this is the queen of yoga. Please welcome my guest tonight, Miss Nichelle Church. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I feel like I need this. I feel like I'm falling apart. So I'm just glad that you're here.
Oh, good.
So So the last time you were talking about, do you still have your yoga studio in Beach?
It was in Chagrin Falls.
Chagrin Falls, yeah.
So no, I don't have it. I let it close in December of last year.
Oh.
And so now I just teach independently. I work through different organizations, like I work with university hospitals. I do different events such as this one Saturday that we'll talk about a little bit more. I go into different schools, work with athletes, just different things that I can be more mobile and move around a little bit.
Okay. How does yoga relieve stress for those who don't know?
So, first of all, it's not really like just the yoga itself that relieves stress, right? It's just going into a space where you can like leave whatever's going on with you at the door, and then you can practice and try to breathe through anything that you need to like calm yourself down. And then when you get through with the practice, you're like, that feels a little better, So then you kind of take your levels from high to low. You give your time to get away from the situation, to change your mind. Sometimes, like when you're doing particular yoga poses, you'll kind of check out and be like, oh my God, this feels so awkward, but it makes you stay in the moment. So then you don't kind of get stressed through things that have happened prior to.
Exactly. Like this election season.
Yeah, politics can be super stressful for some people.
Right. So, Lexus, you have a question to ask Miss Nichelle.
Yes, Miss Nichelle, I do have a question to ask you. So, I wanted to know, what's one personal practice or ritual, so to speak, on or off the mat that nobody in your audience normally sees or knows that you typically do?
Okay. So one thing I want to make a small correction.
Okay.
So my name is Nichelle, but
Nichelle.
yeah, it's
Nichelle.
spelled Nichelle, so that happens a lot.
Okay.
And but I go by Nikki, Nikki.
Nikki.
Okay.
So then like for example, my Instagram is mixed.chick.nick. So some people call me Nick. So that kind of covers that. So y'all can call me Nikki. Right?
Nikki, all right, Nikki.
Correction, Nikki.
No
I'm sorry.
problem. So there's a couple things that like I do that maybe people, when you say my audience or people that know me, don't really pick up on. And some of it will be something as simple as like the necklace that I have on.
Okay.
This is like an abalone shell, right? So it's kind of like a little bit of a protection, and it's also symbolized as like a turtle. And turtles are kind of like people that can kind of go into their shell, but then they also can be manipulative by doing that.
Ooh, I like that.
And
I
so
like that.
essentially, like if somebody's gonna lie and go in their shell, it's like this kind of just keeps that energy like away from me. So like I try to get away from people that have bad energy, bad intentions, things like that. And sometimes just my necklace or even the beads, they have different meanings for like, green adventuring, black onyx, and just the chakra bracelet. So that's kind of something that like I put on at least, if not every day. And if I have a place where I can't wear it to, then I just practically have it like in my mind to remember like these protections. I got certain tattoos on my body that I could take with me everywhere. So those are things that like kind of keep me grounded to make sure that, this yoga hat comes off, but we try to keep it on for the most part.
Yes, yes.
So pretty much that's like, protection all around spiritually, correct? Okay. So the tattoos are permanent, I take it.
Yeah, those are going to be there.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
No,
One
no
more
problem.
question.
Go ahead.
Would you say that your spiritual consciousness is what kind of derived you to teach others about yoga?
So mostly, like, a little bit about me is that I started doing yoga back in 2008, and I was just in a gym setting. And in that setting, I essentially like went into that final resting pose, Shavasana. Throughout the practice, I realized that like my boyfriend at the time was out lifting weights, and he was
Okay.
like powerhouse and stuff like that. I didn't know how to do that stuff, but when they told me to stand on one foot, I was like, oh, I got this. So I felt confident there. And then when I laid down in Shavasana, my grandmother came to me in that like little time space and told me that like she was passed away, and she accepted my kid's father. And so then
Okay.
it was a weird experience because I woke up like, what the heck just happened? And it didn't make any sense to me. And then it piqued my interest to keep going. So from there, I just went through taking the practice here and there, trying things on my own, YouTube and just for different things like that. And then 2013, we moved to Georgia, and I got certified to teach yoga down there. So then
Okay.
I wasn't working, so I kind of started my own business, and I was doing something called the Yoga Prop Box. And that was like a subscription service where you could send out different props and then get people to use them. So like when you start a practice, you might feel like real imbalance, but the props help put you in balance. So it might bring the ground up to you. It might extend your leg out. So you have a little bit more support and confidence to keep going and growing.
Yeah.
Right? So then from after there, we went to, I stopped teaching for a little while, and then I came back to Cleveland, and I got back into it. I was working for a popular gym, and so essentially I was there, and then I got my confidence way up, and I said, I'm gonna go start my own yoga studio. So I got a couple more certifications, and then I got my own studio for 2 years. I was in Chagrin Falls. Larry came to visit me and
Yeah.
did some yoga there before, so that was pretty fun.
Good job, Larry.
His
Bang.
organization. Yeah, he was great. He was standing on his head. Y'all should have been there.
Still hurt a little bit, but I got to. But shout out to New Voices Reproductive Justice. Yeah, that was the organization. So
Yeah, so then from there, just I closed the studio now. I just teach different locations, like I stated before. But when it comes to like the spiritual connection, it's more so just like consistently living in the present moment is what
Okay.
gets me there. So like anything you could be doing, you still have like that option to choose if I'm going to focus or am I going to let this ruin my day.
Excellent.
So the reason why we have looked up again is because last Monday, after I did the Last Stance political campaign, we had the creatives here, and she, Miss Nikki, was in the audience. So what made you come to that particular program?
So it's so funny because in this journey, I allow the universe to take me throughout all my steps and everything that I need to do. Sometimes I have like hunches or things that I should do and I kind of don't act on them. And then sometimes I just wake up and I do things. So that particular event, I did not realize it was down here. And I didn't realize it was even like Nerve Studio or anything like that.
Right.
I had woke up at like 5 in the morning and I just said, I'm about to start going to stuff. And I started poking events that I wanted to go to. So I have one next Wednesday on the west side somewhere. But essentially, I came here and I was like, oh, this is the new studio. I was like, oh. And then I saw y'all, I said hi. And it was a real interesting topic about AI. I was interested in the topic, too, because I do use ChatGPT like it's my best friend.
And I think I did show you the building before we even like got started, right?
Yeah, you kind of said it was going to be down there, but I'd never been here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
crazy
good.
how that's been that long.
Yeah. Thanks, Human T-Rex, for booking her on here.
Yeah, man. We just showing love over here at Nerve DJs, man.
Exactly.
Promoter, and then she got to talk about her dope.
Oh, you did?
Though the
Wait, her event. But before we get to your event, I got a question about the yoga. Like, doing yoga, has it changed your eating patterns? Like, changed the way you look at food and eat now?
I don't know. I've had ups and downs with food. I've had sometimes when I wanted to go vegan and I tried it and then I'm like, no, I feel low energy. And I guess you could say I give in. Then sometimes on the flip side, like I feel like, sometimes, and I did foster care for a while, so I know
Okay.
some certain behaviors that happen like based on my training and things. And sometimes like you could restrict yourself by certain diets. And so sometimes when people go vegan, I'm not saying all the time, they're restricted themselves from something because they have control over that, which is no different than somebody who does the opposite, which is hoards food and sneaks it in at night. So it's almost like, I just try to eat what makes me feel good, stay on a diet that at least moves my system, act internally, externally the way I need it to. It makes me feel okay. I try not to overeat and stuff like that.
Well,
Dope.
yeah, that's dope. So before we get to the event, because I'm gonna be there.
This guy don't miss a party.
Like, here's the thing. But the thing is that can you live with somebody that? Because here's the thing. My sister, my brother-in-law, my sister. You know, she turkey all the time. You know, turkey or some type of fish, but no beef, no pork. Her husband, on the other hand, is a meat eater like me. So can you, like, can you
date somebody?
You date somebody who's a meat eater.
Yeah, so I eat meat as well. I don't eat pork and very, very, very little red meat. Like, it's a treat if I'm gonna have some red meat, some reason, like a celebration steak or something like that. But
Yeah.
as far as like, living with somebody, I mean, I could. They'd have to make their own pork though. I'm not making that.
Like,
And
I ain't cooking.
but I mean, I prefer I prefer that they, put things in their body of,
No importance and substance.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what's up.
that's what's up. Let's talk about the event that's coming up this Saturday.
okay.
All right, so what's up? So what's up with that? What's it called? What's the title? How can people come to there? You know, things of that nature.
Okay, so it's called Energy, like INNER capital G, so Energy. The calm is yours. So it essentially is a partnership with me and Men in the Den and Veterans Lift, and we're having it at Lounges in Cleveland at 1547 St. Clair, and that's Cleveland, Ohio. The sign up is on Eventbrite. It's this Saturday, November the 15th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And on Eventbrite, you can sign up. We are asking for at least minimum $1 donation because we're providing mats. They're also providing me, and we're going to give like a lot of meditative and flow movement and reasons that we do certain things, a teaching, some deeper meditations and things that can empower people to get over things that maybe aren't serving to them right now, and to maybe let go of the past and continue moving in the future. If you did not sign up on Eventbrite, or for some reason you forget and you decide at 2 o'clock you're available, come on down and we'll accept you. We just ask for a minimum $1 donation.
Minimum dollar donation.
But a couple of things, like Men in the Den, they're doing a lot of work on connecting black men to talk about their issues, have an open forum where they feel safe, because I think that a lot of times men in general, and in specifically sometimes black men who are treated a little bit differently, have internalized a lot of things that they were taught. So they help get those things out and create a safe space for, like, it could be an older person mentoring a younger person, and sometimes it could be a younger person that mentors an older person, right? Just working together to give yourself a place to let it go. And then Veterans Lift is helping veterans rediscover who they are after service. So essentially you go in with the uniform, you come out after service, and then you turn your life around, because a lot of times those veterans are left with nothing. They don't know where to go, they don't know resources, they don't know what to do. So they can also lean on each other to find out, different things that are available to them to move forward in life. So I think that this event is powerful, with the three of us connecting to allow men of color to find out that you are worthy. You have self-love.
Right.
You also have choice and reverence over your decisions, right? So we don't always make the best decisions, but we have to live with them, and that sometimes is called suffering, right? So we'll learn different things like that, and that's about the event.
Right.
Excellent.
Shout out to, first of all, I am part of Men in the Den. Shout out to Dwight and Donnie Atterbury. Dwight, who took pictures when Mayor Bibb was here. Shout out to him. Donnie was also here after talking with Mayor Bibb had his interview. He came on, and I want to give them brothers a shout out for supporting this network and myself and the station for what has been done, pretty much, period, point blank. Shout out to those two. I know Donnie, happy Veterans Day to Donnie. So are you a veteran?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I covered all bases. So, but
I
what
got a
is?
question about the event? Is it gonna be yoga first, then the men talk, or is it like gonna be going on at the same time?
So if they have something planned outside of the 2 to 4 hours, I'm not sure if that comes before or after my segment, but my segment will be, at least we're going to start off by meditating and taking some time to slow down, and then we'll have a little bit of a talk about why we're doing what we're doing before we start moving the body, and maybe gentle, slow movements, pausing in the postures to tell you exactly what they mean, what you're doing, like when you do certain twists, you're wringing out your emotions, what's working in the body during these particular poses. And then moving down to something called a yin-based pose practice, where we rest and relax in the poses, allow yourself to stretch and kind of get into the nooks and crannies of your body. And then we'll go for a little bit longer, what's the end called a shavasana, where we'll just relax, rest, and then go into a lying down meditation, where things like when I told you I first learned yoga, those things pop in your mind, you're like, where'd that come from? Like, give them that experience to restart.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That is, I mean, sometimes
I got relaxed just listening to it.
I'm relaxed now just seeing Nikki here for real. Like, I already knew because after a hard day, because is the mobile yoga, is that the only thing you do, or you do other things as well?
So I am the membership manager at a Jewish community center. And so I do that as like my daytime job. So I'm constantly into like fitness and wellness and things, you know, trying to improve and empower people to come work out. Just like even like at the Jewish community center, you don't have to be Jewish to be there. So representing different people of color there too, you know, whether they're from Israel, they come from different parts of the country, you know, just like, you know, they're hostages. Most of them just got released. They're waiting on like, I think 4 more. I'm not sure. I haven't like read all the news, so I might be misdated, but we're waiting on some more to come back. And so, yeah, just celebrating different cultures.
So how do other cultures take the yoga, in your opinion, Nikki?
More likely like so it's a certain type of person that if they can separate religion from yoga, then they're going to treat it like it's exercise. And they're going to come in and then they're going to kind of get a good sweat, and it's not going to worry about what it's really doing to you or how it's making you feel, and that's perfectly fine. Then you have another set of people that are coming in for that spiritual. So that's where like I teach at Flow Yoga Studio on Wilson Mills and Gates Mills. And then they're also opening a location over in Legacy Village. So I teach 4 classes there. Those are all heated like 105 degrees. So it kind of tricks your muscles and your body to go to like a heated state. So you have a little bit more energy to move your body in different ways. And then it also kind of calms you down, gets you out of like your parasympathetic nervous system. So through your breath, like you might put yourself in a fight or flight situation where you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You can either keep moving forward, you could freeze up, right? Or you can breathe through it. And then when you get to the end of it, you're like, oh my God, that was so amazing, right?
So you do yoga every day?
Oh, practically. And even like so then when I do like university hospitals, that's sometimes, and I also teach chair yoga at the JCC. And I also teach it at like university hospitals and some beginner yoga. So like tomorrow, 3 o'clock, I'll be in Bedford. That's 89 Center Road, Bedford. There's going to be a chair yoga class there at like the Wellness Center. So practically every day I touch yoga. And if I'm not teaching, then I might have somebody who teaches the class for me if I can't make it, and I pay them to do it.
So when you say that you like you more fresh, you more rejuvenated than last time we interviewed you, I feel like you got a glow on you.
Right.
Would you say that?
I think so. I mean, I think that, you know, it's so funny because that whole studio experience kind of like took
Draining
me.
you?
I wouldn't say that. It was me doing everything by myself. I did the baseboards, I painted it, I like every single thing, and I was doing like yoga trapeze. So I was trying to throw another version of yoga into a space, and then I was in an area where I thought I could fit in just because I just said, you know, it's 2025. Everybody likes everybody now. And I had to learn, like, no, they don't.
Right. You got some mag hats out there. You got some mag hats out there.
Yeah, so it was like, and if nothing else, like, they also just have a bubble. And if you can't penetrate that bubble, you're not in. And how long is it going to take me to penetrate this bubble? So in the meantime, I could be going other places, doing other things, and letting this rent go, you know?
Yeah.
And so it more so turned into like a healing experience. Because at that time, before I got the studio, I went out of like a bad relationship.
Okay.
And so I just basically put my all into it. I was just over there day and night working it, you know? So to answer your question, yes, I'm in a better space. I live in a better space. Yeah. So everything is just kind of like, you know. And funny enough, one of the things, like, most people think they have to be attached to somebody, but like, I'm completely single and I love it. Like, I don't have to answer nobody. I don't gotta be hungry.
Right.
The question the question is, shut up.
Let's go to commercial.
Turn his mic off.
Single lady, beautiful single lady doing yoga over here.
Leave me alone. Who said that? You? You know what, Nikki?
No, I said that.
Why are you picking with me? Get out of here. You are like, somebody bought you a refrigerator. I don't want to hear what you got to say at this time. I don't want to hear.
She in her happy place.
Exactly.
Put them groceries up. That EBT.
Right. So Somebody bought you like I don't
She
want
walked in here glowing.
to. Right. Somebody bought you.
Like, hey, Nichelle, hey, Nichelle.
Somebody bought. See, the thing about it is, ain't nobody bought me a damn appliance. I'm a hate.
Work hard, Larry.
Okay, I'm a hater.
Gotta work
I'm a
harder.
hater.
You a hater.
All I want is some new shiny shoes. That's all I want. You can be happy. I mean, a meal. I don't give a damn. I'm a cheap date. All right.
Work harder, Larry.
Exactly. I know.
Stay focused.
I'm staying focused. What time is it anyway? Because
About that time.
it's about that time for break. All right, we're gonna take a short intermission on this show because I'm having fun. Happy birthday again,
Thank you.
and this is a banger. So I want you to listen to this song. This is the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs. We'll be right back.
This is WNRV 108.1.
I know finding good shit is real, 'cause it's impossible to look past what's there or not there. I knew I am. I knew I am. It's the confidence. It's confused with arrogance. I'm a little fluid. I know what I'm doing. Could it be hard to fathom that I'm too well traveled? Can tell me this old news. I just can't seem to get it right. How the hell am I overqualified? How am I all that you need in your life? I clocked that overnight. I'm overqualified. I'm the host with the most, and stay doing the most, making sure you're comfortable. See what happens when you do the work. Check. Does anybody have a reference? Check. Is anybody on their way to work yet? Shit, I don't know. I've been waiting for too long. Just can't seem to get it right. How the hell am I overqualified? How am I all that you need in your life? For clocking overnight, I'm overqualified. I'm that qualified. Need someone to see me eye to eye. Gotta sit tight till the time is right. Overqualified. We knew that I become that qualified. Need someone to see me eye to eye. Gotta sit tight till the time is right. Overqualified. Can't wait till it makes sense to be so much of myself. You'll be able to find me being who I am. Can't wait till it makes sense to be so much of myself. I know that you will find me if I'm who I am. Can't wait till it makes sense to be so much of myself. You'll be able to find me being who I am. Can't wait till it makes sense to be so much of myself. I know that you will find me if I'm who I am. Just can't seem to get it right. How the hell did I
This is WNRV 108.1.
What's up, boy? It's yours truly, Miss Cox. And you are now listening to the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs Network with Mr. Larry H. Gardner, a.k.a. Mr. Political. And oh yeah, it's Cox time.
Are you a DJ, radio show, music artist, or a podcaster and you've thought about having your own mobile app? BV Mobile Apps could be the solution. They specialize in creating apps with live audio streams, mixes, music, and songs. You can integrate your social media, videos, blogs, and most importantly, send push notifications to your followers. For more information, bvmobileapps.com or on social media at BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in business, V as in victory, bvmobileapps.com.
What's up? It's your girl, author Ivy Lee. Tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Looking for the perfect workspace? Office Lofts and Solon has you covered. Whether you need a private office, co-working membership, or a virtual business address, we've got flexible options to fit your needs. Check out our 2 spring promos. Enjoy free co-working Fridays and no deposit on private office rentals. We also offer month-to-month leasing for your ultimate flexibility. Visit office-lofts.com or call 216-230-9258 to lock in your space now. Office Lofts, where productivity meets flexibility.
See you soon.
Wagwan, this is Miss BBC, your reggae woman. Make sure you tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
We're back on the Headline Eye. I am still feeling the effects of Hell's Kitchen that played by Alicia Keys. And that was one of my favorite songs.
Yes. That was fire.
The thing about it is you gotta feel. Some stuff you just gotta feel. That's why we have Miss Nikki in the building, the queen of yoga, because sometimes you have to feel that energy, and sometimes you have to let your inner side in and release that bad energy out the unit. Like, you got to get that out your universe. So what is the example of, you said something about chair yoga, Nikki. What is the example of chair yoga?
So chair yoga is just being able to do movements in a chair so that you take the pressure off of joints. It doesn't have to be for seniors, but mostly seniors do kind of engage in it because they think that they have to start at a very super beginner level, but really you don't. Sometimes it just helps with balance, and so a lot of in my chair yoga classes, I try to have people stand so that we can practice balance holding on to the chair, so you don't feel like you just constantly have to sit in the chair. Doing seated meditations, everything you do in a lying down posture, there are certain variations that you could find in the chair to move your body.
Okay, so what is the best way for people to start with yoga, period?
So everybody's journey is different, right? You're gonna have some people that find themselves in an Ashtanga yoga practice, which is very, very strenuous. It's mostly heated, and sometimes people, really feel like they pushed themselves to the limit, but they just kept going. Then you have somebody who maybe wants to start off what they consider to be a beginner level, meaning maybe it is like the chair yoga or a yin yoga where you just lie down in the poses and relax, or maybe something like a slow flow. Some people call them like root classes, sometimes no heat. So it's all different kinds of variations. I think the best way for anybody to start is listening to your body. There's one universal pose in yoga. It's called child's pose. And even if you're seated, you can kind of ball up into a ball by just folding your hands over your knees and letting your, chest rest kind of like on your lap. But when you're in the ground, it's almost like you're on your hands and your knees. Your hips come back over your heels. You extend your arms out and allow yourself just to fold over your mat, and that's like a child's pose. And so you could just take a break there. So any class that you have ever went to or you plan on going to, child's pose is going to be your best bet to just take a break, and that's what it signals to the teacher you need a minute.
All right. Miss Lexus, you got a question for her?
Yes. Okay, so let's do something fun since we're on the topic. Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay, so single mom, stressors would be, I guess, going to work, managing kids, stuff like that. And I know I have aches sometimes. My bones crack.
There you go.
My back and my neck get a little stiff. What would you suggest for me?
Okay. So first, let me just ask you a question. Do you work out at all? Do you move your body at all? Or you just kind of go to work, come home, go to work, come home?
I actually sit down all day at work.
Okay.
The only time I stand is like if I get off, but that's very short. Like maybe if I'm cooking food and then I'm sitting right back down.
And it's practically like your daily activities, right?
Yes.
So then essentially you don't have a workout routine.
No.
Okay. So if you're having aches and pains, right, outside of like doing a yoga practice, the first thing I'd say is get to walking, get to moving. So if you go get a small gym membership and you at least can dedicate, if it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, walking on the treadmill, incline, just at least get your body moving, right? So because sometimes people will say, well, jump into a yoga practice, and then you're like, oh, this was too much for me, and now you're done, right? So we got to start you somewhere where you feel comfortable. You could walk on a treadmill, you could read a book, at least get yourself somewhere where you can start moving your body, right? And then from there, if you want to try yoga, right? Have you ever taken yoga before?
No.
No, okay.
No.
So essentially, like, you just pick up a class. Like, I can give you my schedule before we leave here, and you can just pick one of your classes. Try whichever one you want, and find a teacher, such as myself, that like really takes their time to make sure you understand like what you're doing and why. Because you don't want somebody that's just going to move you into poses, and then it's like, well, why am I, my back's against the wall? So you could be in proper alignment. So then you're not hurting yourself even more. Why am I rolling my shoulders down my back? Because you want to lift up through your chest, So you find somebody that can practically guide you in that way. And then I'd say also, if yoga is something you're looking for, try a bunch of different studios. Find your favorite teacher. Like the things that I say, like I make jokes when I teach, and maybe I'm too much for somebody. They might be like, oh my God, all she wants to do is play around. No, but I want to turn it into something you can understand, something you can walk away with. Like one thing I say sometimes is, don't hold your breath, we're not underwater. And people they crack up at that. Somebody else might be offended. You never know how somebody's taking your practice, right?
Yeah.
But as far as you just get moving, get started. That's what I would say, because you also need time for yourself. So if you're giving, and it's just constantly outpour, because you got to take care of your kids, you got to feed the family, and the single part, somebody just bought you a refrigerator, so I don't know about that.
He's trying to get in. All right, he's trying to get in.
So like, leave her business out of this, okay? Leave her business out of this.
We'll talk about that offline. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, you got them vegetables freezing right now. Okay, so what would you say for Larry? So Larry, hardworking, podcaster, radio show host, a political guru at every event, always on his feet, sit down sometimes, but out and about. What would you suggest him? What should he do?
So, I mean, the regimen is somewhat like the same for everybody as long as you just get moving. But as far as like Larry, you're right. He has a lot of political thoughts and views going on in his head a lot of times. You just constantly, I don't know if you have hard time sleeping or not. Maybe you go to sleep like a baby.
I don't. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I freaking don't.
Yeah, so that's a blessing. Some people who have all this weight kind of pushed on them, like they can kind of feel like they're under, a lot of stress. But if you don't feel stressed, you're not losing any sleep, I think that maybe, finding a way to reset your balance and retone so that you don't keep bringing other people's opinions into things that other people believe, because you're doing a a podcast. You're talking to a lot of people. Their energy might not be the same thing
Right.
that you want to give to somebody else. So you might need to figure out a cleansing routine to kind of, maybe you burn sage or something that somebody teaches you how to allow yourself to reset your energy. And then as far as like a practice, you just get started,
So I have burned sage a lot. Incense, I used to go somewhere. Now I don't go as much as I should. Some candles and things of that nature. I just stopped burning it and things of that nature. Ever since, I probably lost the love for it ever since both my parents passed away. I ain't gonna lie. So, but I need to do that to relieve my stress. Plus, I got back. Plus, my back hurting. So, so how you do this when your back is like throbbing and stuff?
Where it hurts in the low back?
Yeah, the lower back.
Do you work out or exercise at all?
I walk a lot, but as far as I do. Shut up. You know what? Tired of
Let me
you.
help him out.
You know what?
Let me help
I don't
forget all that.
I don't work out as much
my
as
bad.
I should. I do walk. I do. However, I do sit-ups and push-ups. I do have some weights that I do in the morning.
Okay.
But as far as like a regular workout regimen, no.
Okay, so the back and saying in your low back, there's certain things that happen in the body, and most of it could derive from like your hips. So you might need your hips stretched out. So essentially you might feel some relief when you start to stretch your hips in different ways, opening up the hips, kind of allows different things to move around in your body, get some of that pressure off of your spine. So you'll see some of those poses when we practice on Saturday at the event from 2 to 4 at lounges, right? So, and then from there, like also strengthening like your hips, because it could be nerve pain, meaning it could be your sciatica nerve. So then you have to just kind of learn some techniques on where a massage gun can go into certain muscles in your behind and down your leg that allow some of that pressure to relieve from your nerves. And then last but not least, it might be strength training, right? It might be that you need to do more core because you're putting a lot of pressure on your joints in order to walk around. Now you got to get, into a little bit more of a stable core. So it just all depends.
All right, that's what's up. So, and the thing about it is, does yoga help with health and stress? Like a lot of people, like I don't know if it helps me what I need to do and things of that nature. So does it help?
Studies prove yes. That's like the generalization answer. But you'll have some people that you meet, and just the truth of the matter is, some people can't live without stress. Right?
Really?
Yeah, so like sometimes it's like chaos is their best friend. And so if I can keep my mind saying something's wrong with me, I feel better, right? If I can keep on saying I don't need anything, but I'm gonna go try this, but I'm not gonna be open to receive what happens, I'm gonna keep telling myself that same story. So sometimes you need somebody to come to a yoga class and say, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try, I'm gonna clear my brain, I know nothing. Like everything you do, I know nothing. Like even if I take somebody else's class, I'm not in anyone's yoga class like, oh, they should have did this and they should have did that. It crosses your mind a little, but you gotta snap back. Like, no, I can't listen to that right now. I need to focus on what I'm doing in my body right now.
Right.
Okay.
Sound like some MAGA people that I know. Y'all love chaos. No, you dirty bastards. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I think that's why I do this show, to relieve some of the stress. I can just say stuff. You can't say everything on Facebook. It's like I got dinged for like 2 weeks because I offended somebody. Well, maybe you should get off my page before I offend your ass. But back to you. The thing is that what is the most like you love? It seems like when did you said in 2008 you did yoga. So when did you actually first discover it?
That was when I discovered it more so. Outside of hearing about it, like, just because it was a thing. But that's when I discovered it. But I think when I became more aligned with it, when it wasn't just something to do, was probably my yoga teacher training. Even though I knew that I was going into it, I did it in Atlanta, Georgia. And I had a specific style of yoga that a lot of people don't know. It's called Purna yoga, P-U-R-N-A. And so you'll hear like the Ashtangas, the Baptistes, the Iyengars, and all this different stuff, but ours was called Purna. And so essentially it was more so meditative, going to the heart center, learning things that you should and shouldn't put in your body while we were like talking about food, different philosophies, breathing techniques, the asana, which is the practice of the moves, and essentially that was more so my awakening. And then I let it go for a little while, and then there was the person that I was dealing with at the time was like, you should apply at this gym because they're COVID had just happened, they went from 40 instructors or something down to like 5. And so I was like instructor number 6. And my birthday's on the 6th, so doesn't that work out?
Yeah. that did work out. So what about those who, I know we talk about eating habits. What about other habits like alcohol and marijuana?
Yeah.
How would that interfere with yoga?
So I wouldn't even say that like it's interference. You're gonna do things. You're gonna live your life. You're gonna be a human being, right? You like to smoke. You like to smoke. You like to drink. You like to drink. You like to have sex. You like to have sex. Like there's things that you do that whether you consider them quote unquote bad is how they make you feel, right? So if somebody consistently is a drinker and they start to feel like it's eating them alive, then they might have a problem they need to deal with internally, right? Meaning they need to figure out, okay, if I can't go somewhere and just have one drink and be social, I got to drink the whole bottle. Maybe everybody in the room knows it but you, right? So then you got to take time to look in the mirror, and then that's when yoga comes in because it takes you out of what is everybody else saying. It closes all this noise around us and then just lets you go right here into yourself. So then you're like, I got to like basically look at the man in the mirror.
Exactly.
You know, and do like that. So then you have people that sometimes they push it over the limit. They wait too long to make a change. And then what do they end up with? Cancer. And sometimes you've caused that yourself. Maybe you were angry too long, didn't give enough forgiveness. It doesn't always have to be like just bad habits, you know. And maybe you live with it, but for some reason you look good to everybody on the outside, but you cry yourself to sleep every night.
Right.
You know, like there's just different versions of who people are.
So yoga plays a big part in internal health.
Yeah, so then you turn around and you go to your yoga practice and you kind of get that stuff off of you. You know, it could be people that are trying to leech onto you and people that are trying to like use you because they know you're good, so they could take your energy a little bit and feed themselves, you know?
Bunch of succubuses in our hands, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, who is your most famous client? Who is like?
Oh, my most famous.
Yes, your most famous client.
That I've.
Yeah, that you
Well,
that walked in.
So
like,
basically, I think this would be the best thing I could say. So I also do stretch coaching, and so I stretch coach, like meaning I stretch them out on the table, different boxers or athletes or you know, people, celebrities. And so I think that my most famous right now would be Shakur Stevenson. That's a boxer.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Stevenson.
Yeah, I stretched out Shakur. I also did Gilly. You know, like Gilly and Wallow.
Oh, Gilly.
Oh, what?
Wow, Gilly.
Yeah, I know them.
Gilly needs some mental health. Him and Cam Newton are going back and forth like, y'all both need to calm down.
Wallow the man.
Yeah, for
Wallow.
some others, Desi Banks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
I know you asked for like one, so they're all just famous.
Oh, she a superstar.
And then you
now.
got
you connected.
Well, then you got like Montana Love. I deal with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
He's pretty good. My one friend, wife, she was stretched. She stretched him out when they went to Vegas the one time. So it seemed like the boxers really like that.
Oh yeah, they need it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna. Well, sometimes take the time to do that. They're so busy in all the hit workouts and you know. So yeah, they need it.
Right. So the thing about it is that how can people get in touch with you as far as your services? Because you don't have a quote unquote studio.
No.
But you do have a business, correct?
I do.
Oh.
So my business is called In the Now Yoga, Wellness, and Meditation, right? And that was connected to my studio. I'm actually, because I closed the studio, I've been moving in a different direction. I'm rebranding. And so it's going to be just my Instagram name, like Mixed Chick Nick. And then I'll just do that as myself for different services that I offer. But either way, you can find me at mixed.chick.nick, N-I-K, on Instagram. And then I also have a mixed.chick.nick@gmail.com. And yeah, you can find me there. And that's where I pretty much post all my things that I got going on. Mostly in my story. If I got classes coming up, I'll put what's coming up. And then some of it just show up. Like if it's about payment, most of our first classes are free. If it's about, you know, getting there, text me. I have a class at 6 o'clock in the morning on Mondays. I tell people, I'll call you. Like if you want to go, let's go.
Okay.
6 in the morning. That's what's up. So the thing about it is like, Miss Lexus, is it possible that you can handle this card?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you can just handle this card. This is I knew your birthday was coming up. I just didn't have anything to put in it right now.
Oh, that's
but it's happy birthday to you.
Oh, I thank you. I appreciate it.
And the thing about it is like I thought about you. I was like, I'm gonna get us something. I gotta give you a gift as well. So thank you, Miss Lexus, for doing that. So the thing about it is that, you know, what do you hope to like? What is it that you hope to accomplish as far as, you know, you saying you're rebranding and stuff like that, you're working off these things. Are you still going to stay mobile, or are you going to be like moving around?
Moving around. I don't have an interest in finding one location to just stay at right now because my children, so I have like a 15-year-old daughter, she's in the 10th grade, and I have a soon-to-be 11-year-old daughter, she's in like the 5th going to 6th grade. So more so just trying to make sure I get that squared away where I'm raising them, putting them where they need to be, and then I could decide like what comes next for me. So I kind of weave a lot of everything I have going on into being, having a full-time job, being a single mom. My daughter, she runs track. My other daughter does volleyball, so also doing sports, cooking every day, other things my family needs, you know.
I mean, exactly.
What'd you say?
Superwoman.
Oh.
Put a cape on your
Superwoman.
put a cape on your back.
And she does yoga.
Good job.
Yeah. It's actually sometimes teaching the yoga helps me as well.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me a chance to go somewhere for an hour that's dedicated. Because like, how often do you stop what you need to do if you don't have an appointment?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, I mean, you talked about African American men's mental health. Mine needs a jump start dealing with all this crap. But the thing about it is like, what is the one thing you want to say to people with the mental health issues as far as yoga? How can you help them?
I want to say that it's okay to not be okay. Right? So there's things that we also put into our head that, is it truth? Did you make this story up yourself? Like, is it some old habits that are coming in to your mind? Like, kind of sit down with your thoughts for a moment. And if it's hard for you to do that, then find somebody that can help guide you through that. And if it's me, or if it's somebody else you resonate with, it can be somebody on YouTube that you don't even know, right? It can be a podcast that you listen to. It can be the headline eye. You take your mind off of things, listen to Larry. Is it every Tuesday?
Yeah, every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, right? So then if you take your mind off of things, right?
Black fix stuff for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout out.
No problem. But you take your mind off of things that, you know, get you out of your normal hamster wheel.
Yes.
And then you're able to reset. Sometimes even take a nap. Or just take a nap. Reset your energy.
Exactly. So, before we go, any inspirational words? Because I got something to say about what's been going on with this shutdown. Because I'm about to rip somebody a new, you know what. Go ahead.
So this event is about connection. You know, connection, the body, the breath, brotherhood. So essentially coming to this event this Saturday 2 to 4, I think that will be where you can hear and take away with so many words of encouragement, resetting the energy, taking your power back.
That's what's up.
The
Taking
calm
it back.
is yours.
Taking it back.
Taking the power back, pretty much. Sponsored by Men in the Den. Sponsored by
Veterans Lift.
The Veterans Lift. Nikki's going to be there. And so the thing about it is, like, and if you haven't been to her class, yeah, she cracks jokes a lot, but she's very serious. And I'm like, I mean, she got me laughing while she had me stretching like sideways. The last show, like her studio up Chagrin Falls. So I respect it. And the thing about it is, like, you got a Black Fist stuff from me. Happy birthday. So.
Well, thank you so much for having me on.
No problem.
You're welcome.
No problem.
More than welcome.
No problem. So, Lexus, you need to come down. You like get ready for them children, and
Right.
and the appliance person. Just letting you know. Before we go, I got something to say, and I'm going to say this very like a lot of people are not going to like it. So, first of all, shout out to everybody that came out and voted. Second of all, it was 26% in the city of Cleveland. Now, if you wanted your person to be who elected, then you should have came out, should have had more people come out and vote for them. Period, point blank.
Period.
What I'm tired of is everybody complaining about local politicians, but we know that the federal has cut out the Department of Education, the state's done its thing, but the first thing you want to throw shots at is the mayor and all the other bullshit. Hey, listen, I understand that you're upset that your person didn't win, but if your person had more following, then maybe we didn't have this problem. The people that went out like myself and voted chose. And they might have chose somebody that you didn't like, but you should have had more people participate in the process on your side, but maybe you wouldn't have this problem at all. Shout out to the national stuff that's going on. The new mayor of New York, Saffron Mandini, shout out to him. The blue wave that's coming. Republican strategist Steve Bannon has said that if the Republicans don't get it together by midterms, then most of them will be going to jail. Well, Steve, you and that idiot-ass president of yours should already be in jail, but that's just my personal opinion and fact. So, a lot of people in the first woman governor of Virginia, the first African-American woman in the mayor, who's the mayor of Detroit. There's a lot of changes. The thing about it is that those 8 Democratic people, elected officials, that sided with the Republicans to end this shutdown, who shouldn't have did it in the first place, are no longer running next year. Most of them are either termed out or they're leaving. By the way, on an unrelated note, Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, is retiring this year. So she's going to need a replacement. If y'all want this blue wave to continue, y'all want changes in y'all things, you got to be more, forget progressive. I always said this about the Democrats. The Republicans, the MAGA has taken the gloves off, feet, shoes off, all that off. They put their red hats on and they come in to attack. Sometimes the Democrats are a little bit weak because the simple fact of the matter is y'all refuse to throw hands. You got to throw some hands. Feet, arms, elbows, poke a guy in poke a finger in the eye or something, scratch somebody. Damn.
Too classy.
It's like the thing about it is, like Michelle Obama said, if they go low, we go high. I love First Lady Obama. I disagree with that one statement. If they go low, we going straight to hell with them. Yes, so we got to, because the simple fact of the matter is that they've been playing dirty for a while, and meanwhile, that some of you and to some of you black folks that still worship MAGA or that wearing that stinking ass red hat right about now, I would like to say something to you personally. You are a bunch of fool-ass idiots that are following the devil into hell right about now. You stupid bastards get on my nerves worshiping somebody that will starve out veterans to prove a point. And these are the people that protected your piggly wiggly MAGA asses while you up there talking about, you love Trump, make America great again. Shut the hell up. Because what's pissing me off right about now is that we were willing to starve out, take Medicaid and Medicare away from veterans that served this country, that risked their lives so we can have the freedoms that we have against enemies that are foreign and domestic. And some of you MAGA people are domestic terrorists. Well, matter of fact, all of you are. Because we have a domestic terrorist, a super felon sitting up in office right now talking all kinds of crazy, all kinds of mess. Meanwhile, he just turned the East Wing into the cheapest ass ballroom that has ever been seen in life. So my thing is that if you're mad about something that you lost, maybe you should put some skin in the game. Shut up complaining all over social media. I ain't got to troll your stupid ass on Facebook. And then you go ahead and you know what? The system needs to be broken. Revolution. I need to do some revolution. If you're not exercising with yoga, if you're not ready to grow your own garden, if you're not ready to feed your damn selves, if you're not ready to just start, if you're not ready to get up and stop sucking at the tit, you're not ready for no damn revolution. You ain't revolutionary worthy. If you ain't talking about revolution, how are you gonna fix the system? Well, I'm just talking about it. You can complain all you freaking want to. Find a damn solution. If not, then shut the hell up. I don't want to hear your mouths no more. If you haven't, the thing about it is, well, my vote is worth something. It ain't worth a shit if you don't use it. Just like yoga, you gotta use that to make sure that you stretch your arms, you stretch your legs, you heal your mind, things of that nature. If you're not ready to use what you got, if you're just sitting on your ass and not using it, it ain't worth a damn thing. It's only value when you use it. The thing about it is that sometimes you can save your money and sometimes you got to spend it all. But the problem is that y'all won't use what you're handed to you, and that's free. You can choose your leader. Otherwise, I'm going to vote for you. And I'm going to vote my way. Because I don't want them MAGA head bastards voting my way. I'm going to do whatever I can to fight back. If that's the one way I can do it besides being on here and organize and join groups and do things like that, this, that, and the other, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But if you're going to sit on your silly ass and start crying all the time, not doing yoga, not exercising, not doing anything, not building something for you and your family, just complaining, man, blah, blah, what the hell the baby's gonna do? My son at age 13 years old got his own little computer assembly business. What you doing? We got women here that are doing something with themselves. My co-host, my guest got her own yoga business. Rebranding. What y'all doing with y'all lives? What you gonna do to make your life better if you're not doing a damn thing? Please sit in the corner and just watch us work. Period. You got anything to say, Ms. Lexus, before we out of here?
No, I agree. You can't judge people and get mad at the way things are going if you're not participating and you're not applying yourself. I definitely agree with that, and I definitely agree with the whole African American mental health. There are a lot of unlearned behaviors that have yet to be unlearned, that are falsified, that they believe, that has been put in people's heads, and they believe these things, and it flourishes out in interactions, especially with women. You know what I'm saying? And other people as well, partnerships, everything. So definitely want to get a grip on the mental health of the people, for sure.
So I would like to congratulate the winners. Shout out to Brett, Kalila, Insan, Cheryl, the new judges. Shout out to the veterans. Shout out to Councilman Kevin Bishop for having a thing at the Nelsons today. Shout out to Mayor Bibb, Sandra Morgan, Jim Petrillis, for winning their races. Nakia Nickerson also won her race. Shout out to all the ward people that won their race, from Joe Jones, Kevin Conwell, Mike Polenzek, Richard A. Starr, as he so eloquently put today to me this afternoon. Thank you, Richard. And shout out to Tammy Shaw. Shout out to Jasmine Santana. Shout out to everybody that won their races. For those who did, and my councilwoman Deborah Gray is my councilwoman again for 4 years. Shout out to everybody that at least tried to run, period, knowing that some of you were up against some insurmountable odds. And shout out, I get on the non-voters, but shout out to everybody that actually took the time out the day to vote. Shout out to you, the people that actually went out and did the damn thing and voted for who they wanted to voted for. Whether they won or lost, you made sure that your voice was heard on that day or the day before. So you can tell the rest of them to suck it. But not trying to be rude or anything like that, but I just want to say that sometimes strength is in numbers. And if you ain't got the numbers, you ain't got the strength. Listen, I'm going to say this before we leave out of here. Make sure y'all have a healthy, happy Thanksgiving. Programming note, the last week in November, we will not be here for that Thanksgiving week. The last 2 weeks in December, our last show will be December 15th, or the second Tuesday, because the third and fourth, the 15th, 16th. Okay, December. Thank you, T-Rex. The 16th of December will be our last show for the year. We will be back stronger than ever in January 2026. So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we gonna have bigger guests. We might have a yoga class in here if Nikki agrees to do it. So, but if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. This is for the winners. We gonna celebrate y'all with a little bit of Usher, Ludacris, Little John. Yeah! We'll be back next week on the Headline Eye on Nerve. DJs will get on your nerve. Let's go. Let's party. See you soon. Yeah.
In the club with my homies, tryna get a little VI, keep it down on the low key. She know how it feels. I saw her shorty, she was checking up on me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she knew me. Decided to cheat. Conversation got heavy. She had me feeling like she's ready to blow. Watch out! She's saying, "Come get me." So I got up and followed her to the floor. She said, "Baby, let's go." When I told her, I said, "Shorty got down, said, come and get me." I got so caught up that she told me, "Cause my girl, you be the best of all me." Next thing I knew, she was all up on me screaming, She's all up in my head now, got me thinking that it might be a good idea to take her with me. She's ready to leave. Well, let's go. And I gotta keep it real now, cause on the 1 to 10, she's a certified 20. But that just ain't me. Hey, cause I know if I take that chance, she swears it's gonna leave. But what I do is the way she dance makes Shawty alright with me. The way she I'm like, yeah, just work that out for me. She asked for one more dance, and I'm like, yeah, how the hell am I supposed to leave? And I said, Shawty got down, said, come and get me. I got so caught up that she told me, look at my girl, you be the best of all me. Next thing I knew, she was all up on me screaming,
Watch out, my outfit's ridiculous. In the club looking so conspicuous. And wow, these women all on the prowl. If you hold the head steady, I'ma milk the cow. And forget about game, I'ma spit the truth. I won't stop till I get them in their birthday suits. So give me the rhythm and it'll be off with their clothes. Then bend over to the front and touch your toes. I left the jag and I took the rolls. If they ain't cutting, then I put them on foot patrol. How you like me now when my pinky's valued over 300,000? Let's drink, you the one to please. Ludacris fill cups like Double D. Me and Ursh once more when we leaves them dead. We want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed that say,
Shawty got down, said, come and get me. I got so caught up that she told me, look at my girl, you be the best of all me. Next thing I knew, she was all up on me screaming,
take that and rewind it back. Lil John got the beat to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Ursher got the voice to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Ludacris got the flow to make your booty go. Take that, rewind it back. Lil John got the beat to make your booty go.